Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order for today.
And we do have a quorum. And I'll go ahead and start with introductions in the room, Paul, and then I'll turn it over to you to call out the people who are online to introduce themselves. But starting in the room, Melissa with the Pikes Peak Area Agency on Aging, and then I will go here to my left. Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Mary Wagner. Glad to be here. Sun's out. Cripple Creek Transit. Thank you.
This is Mark Bowers with Fountain Valley Senior Center.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Gagnon, transit planner for PPACG.
Okay, and we have Jared. And then I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, Paul. If you can go down the line of people who are online, I'll let you give that a shot.
Jared is online.
Good morning, everyone. Jared Ferner, PPACG.
And then Ronnie Gordon.
Ronnie Gordon, Teller Senior Coalition Transportation.
Deanna Rumsey.
Good morning, Diana Rumsey, member at large.
Alfie.
Yes, here.
And I'm not sure who ST is. They're next.
So, Mr. Chair, I believe ST is probably Mayor Sharon Thompson from Fountain if she wants to introduce herself.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Fountain, and on the PPACG board and former chair, and I just love the work you're doing and like to drop in once in a while. Thank you.
Thank you. Jacob Madison.
Morning, everybody. Jacob Matson with Mountain Metro Transit.
And then Seth.
Oh, this is Seth Chapin with Silver Key Senior Services.
And I believe that's it. That's online.
And then, Mr. Chair, we do have a phone number to dial in. I don't know who that is. If it's a member of the committee, they're more than welcome to unmute themselves and let us know who they are. But member of the public, they can just continue to listen if they choose to.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Sagan Faulkner at Invita.
Hi, Sagan.
Okay, Chair Spots, you could go on to the agenda approval.
Okay, everybody, can I get the agenda approval for today?
So the first thing we would want to do, Chair Spots, is ask for a motion to approve it and then a second.
Sorry about that. Can I get a motion for the agenda approval, please?
Diana Rumsey, I move to approve the agenda as it currently sits.
And can I get a second?
Jacob Matson, a second.
Thank you.
And then you can ask for all in favor.
Then all in favor?
Aye.
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 And then any opposed?
And any opposed? Okay. Move on to the consent items.
And same thing, Chair Spots, a motion for approval in a second.
Can I get a motion for an approval for the consent items of the last minute meeting?
I approve, Mary Wagner.
Can I get a second, please?
Diana Rumsey, second.
Great.
Anybody, not approved?
I mean, you tell by all that, whether it's approved or not.
So Paul, it looks like nobody, I think we're good. If you want to say it's all passed because no one opposed.
It's all passed, nobody approved.
Or nobody opposed.
I'm sorry, nobody opposed, my bad, sorry.
Thank you.
Looks like today we got, we're gonna go to public comments and presentations. We do have Alfie as a public comment. He's gonna speak today. Go ahead, Alfie.
Yes, hello. Thank you guys for having me. As you said a few minutes ago, my name is Alfie Omar. I am a public Metro Transit and Metro Mobility rider. I have been riding with the company off and on for about a few years. And I've been living in Colorado Springs probably longer than that. Anyway, yeah, I guess I would like to address some positive things and maybe some improvements that could actually be made to both Mountain Metro Transit and mobility. Yes, there are places that they can go to for parts or half of Colorado Springs, but on the other side, there are places that they can't go to. For example, even if you have a medical emergency for a family member or a family friend, they won't take you to places such as Woodman Road or Interquest Parkway. Based on my sources, they told me that those areas are past their jurisdiction for El Paso County. Case in point, I had a family emergency for my niece India at the time, and I was trying to get to St. Francis Hospital there at Woodman Road, eastbound as far as it'll go, past Commerce Center Drive. They wouldn't take me, and a bunch of other family members were busy. At the time, I asked a high school friend, Amanda, to take me there. But thankfully, the people from the hospital released my niece earlier than some of us were expecting. This way, my friend wouldn't have to waste her time trying to get me into her minivan with my manual chair as a backup. Otherwise, I would have not been able to make it up there, even though it was an emergency situation with Metro Transit or mobility. When you are making trips for Metro Mobility, you can make the trips, but they have to be at least 3 days in advance. You can't do it for the same day. Like, say, I wanted to go somewhere with some buddies today or tomorrow. It has to be planned a little further than that. Yeah, you can't just do it spontaneously. There are hours for Monday through Friday from about 6 a.m. to about maybe 9:10 or 9:20 p.m., but it depends on the neighborhood for Metro Mobility and Transit.
Thank you, Alfie.
Hey, this is Jacob Matson with Mountain Metro Transit. Just wanted to kind of clarify a few things on that. So it's not a jurisdictional thing per se when it comes to where we can go. What we're doing is following a 3/4 mile buffer from our fixed route service. So it's not that we can't go to Interquest because it's somewhere else in the county. It comes down to where our routes end. So the paratransit, the Metro Mobility Service, serves those folks that are within the current service area of the public transit system for the fixed route services. So by that, meaning that we do that 3/4 mile buffer around our fixed route. The reason we don't go past that is because it's beyond our fixed route service, specific to like the Woodman area and up there by the hospital. So that's why we don't go up there. It revolves around the routes themselves for our fixed route service. In terms of the 3-day advance notice, we don't do, you're right, we don't do spontaneous. We don't have it same day, but we do 1 day or basically day before transportation. So if you want to ride tomorrow, if you get a hold of us before 5 o'clock today, before our office is closed, we do next day trips as a part of the service on Metro Mobility. So you shouldn't have to go 3 days in advance. If you're running that issue, please call our customer service, let them know so we can investigate that and verify that the call takers are indeed doing it properly. So just wanted to put those out there. So if you are running that issue, make sure you reach out to customer service. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Jacob.
And Chair Spots, if you want to just walk quickly through the rest of the agenda. We don't really have many items there. You can go quickly through that and then get down to item number 8 for information sharing for everyone on the call to do their information sharing. So I'll let you work through that.
All right, next on the agenda, action meetings. Doesn't look like we have any action meetings today or items. Any discussion items? It's down to community guest and provider presentations. Doesn't look like we have any of those today. And then number 8 is training, information sharing, and coordination opportunities.
Yes, this is Mark with Fountain Valley Senior Center. I just wanted to go ahead and announce that we are celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. And so we will be working here the next couple of months to get information out to the communities and let you know of celebrations that we will be having that will recognize the fact that we've been serving the Fountain Valley area and also the southern part of Colorado Springs. And I think this is in conjunction or about the same year that PPACG is celebrating their 50th year. So oddly enough, those two things are happening at the same time. Thank you.
Something to share. Congrats on the 50th anniversary. That's awesome. The mobility guide, I just updated it, just some small changes with like timing and stuff like that. And they are currently being printed. So if you need a guide on getting around the Pikes Peak region, they should be done hopefully in the next couple of weeks and we can distribute, pass those out. Thank you.
This is Melissa, and thank you, Lisa. The mobility guide, we have been missing it, so this is really exciting. And we do have, with the Pikes Peak Library District, we are hosting a mobility panel in April, and we have a couple of folks from the Mobility Coordinating Committee who are helping with that. And so we'll be happy to have the mobility guide when we do that. That will be lovely. I'd like to circle back to Mark's comment about the 50th anniversary, and many of your agencies were at our 50th celebration that we did a few months back here in the PPACG boardroom. And we've been doing podcasts since then, interviewing numerous organizations that have helped to make the Pikes Peak region a good place for older adults to live in the last 50 years. So I'd like to mention it's the Aging with Altitude podcast, and you can find it on Studio 809 here in town. So if you Google Aging with Altitude, just make sure you look for the podcast, because what you will find are people who are promoting products to help you age better at altitude, which is lovely. Some people might want that too. But definitely put in podcast recording, and then you can find that. And I would also offer to Mark an opportunity if you wanted to share about 50 years of the Fountain Valley Senior Center on the podcast recording, and get a little, something to record in perpetuity for Fountain Valley Senior Center if you haven't done that yet. So stay tuned on that. Okay, next updates.
This is Jacob with Mountain Metro. Kind of a rehash of last month. We're in the process of our spring 2025 service change. We propose to have the Route 4 go from 60 to 30-minute frequency during the weekday daytime. So that'd be from approximately 6:30 in the morning to 6:30 in the evening. And we will have the final recommendation for that out hopefully by the end of the week. So you'll find out what exactly we're going to be doing with the spring. So it's really all about all I got. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Next thing on our agenda is items for the next meeting, April 22nd at 9:30.
And with that, chair spots, you can call the meeting to adjourn.
All right, thank you, everybody. This meeting is adjourned.